Dear students, this is part 6 video of electric charges and fields. In last class, we studied about Gauss law and its applications. And also, we studied the first application and we derived an expression for electric field due to uniformly charged infinitely long straight wire. Okay. In this class, let us study the remaining two applications. Okay. Second application, electric field due to uniformly charged infinite plane sheet. Okay. In this diagram, so this is uniformly charged infinite sized plane sheet. Okay. Consider a uniformly charged infinite plane sheet with surface charge density sigma. As you know, here the plane sheet is a dimension as a surface. So we are considering surface charge density sigma. E is electric field at any point at a perpendicular distance r from the sheet. Okay, right. Now imagine Gaussian surface. Here in this diagram, so this cylindrical Gaussian surface. Okay. Q be the charge enclosed by this Gaussian surface. Okay. Here this cylindrical Gaussian surface contains three cross sections. Two circular cross section and curved cross section. Okay. Now you have to calculate electric flux through these three cross sections. Let pi 1, pi 2 are electric flux through circular cross sections 1 and 2 of Gaussian surface respectively. Okay. Pi 3 is electric flux through curved surface. Now pi 3 equal to E delta S cos theta equal to E delta S cos 90 degree, because you are considering the curved Gaussian surface. For that, here the electric field direction is like this. It is the electric field direction, and the unit vector drawn to curved surface is like this. So this is curved surface, right? Okay. So this is n cap. Okay, right. So here the angle between unit vector drawn to curved surface and the electric field intensity at that point is equal to 90 degree. Hence cos 90 degree equal to 0. So pi 3 equal to 0. Okay. Now net electric flux through Gaussian surface equal to pi 1 plus pi 2 plus pi 3. Okay. Here pi 1 and pi 2 are electric flux through first and second circular cross sections. For that we written E into delta S. Again plus E delta S plus 0. Okay. In diagram you can observe for circular cross sections 1 and 2 theta equal to 0 degree and cos theta equal to 1. Okay. In diagram. So this is the circular cross section of Gaussian surface. It is the first surface. Okay. So this is the direction of electric field E, and here along same direction the unit vector is drawn. Hence both are along the same direction. Hence theta equal to 0 degree. Okay. Similarly, for the second circular cross section, this is the direction of electric field intensity, and here n cap is drawn. Okay. Here is also vector E and n cap both are acting in the same direction. So theta is equal to 0 degree. Okay. Right. Hence we get pi equal to 2E delta S. Delta S can be written as A, where A is area of circular cross section. Okay. According to Gauss law, pi equal to q by epsilon naught. We know surface charge density sigma equal to q by a, charge per unit area of the conductor. Hence q equal to sigma into a. Substitute this value here, then we will get pi equal to sigma a by epsilon naught. Okay. Now equate equation 1 and equation 2. 2EA equal to sigma a divided by epsilon naught equal to, that is E equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught. In vector form, vector E equal to sigma divided by 2 epsilon naught into n cap, where n cap is unit vector normal to the plane sheet. Okay, right. Next, it is important on exam point of view for 5 mark question. Okay. Next, third application. Actually, it is the deleted portion of your syllabus, but still you need to know it. Okay. The electric field due to uniformly charged spherical shell. So there are 3 cases: the electric field outside the shell, next electric field on the shell, and electric field inside the shell. Okay, let us discuss one by one. Consider first one, electric field outside the shell. Consider uniformly charged spherical shell of radius capital R with center O. Okay, in diagram you can observe. So this blue color ring represents uniformly charged spherical shell. Okay. So imagine Gaussian surface of radius R with center O passing through point P. Okay. Here you have to consider a point P or point of observation outside the shell. So at that point you have to calculate electric field, okay, due to this shell. Okay, at point P you have to calculate electric field intensity due to the uniformly charged shell. Okay, so here P is point outside the shell at a distance r from center O. Delta S is area element around point P. If you draw here the small area element, okay, it is delta S. Q is net charge enclosed by Gaussian surface. Okay. Now electric flux through Gaussian surface. Pi equal to summation of E delta S cos theta. Okay. So here the Gaussian surface is made up of the small area elements such as delta S. So hence to calculate electric flux through Gaussian surface we have to consider summation. Okay. Now theta is equal to 0 degree and cos 0 degree equal to 1, because in this diagram the unit vector is drawn along in this direction. Yes, unit vector is normal to the area element, and at the same direction electric field is acting. At the same direction electric field is acting. Okay, hence angle between vector E and n cap is equal to 0 degree. So cos 0 degree equal to 1. Hence expression becomes pi equal to summation of E delta S, which is equal to E into summation of delta S, which is equal to E into delta S is, here the summation of delta S is area of that Gaussian surface. Okay. So here the radius of the Gaussian surface is small r. Yes. Hence 4 pi r square, E into 4 pi r square. Call it as equation 1. Okay. Next. According to Gauss law, pi equal to q by epsilon naught. Call it as equation 2. From equation 1 and 2, E into 4 pi r square equal to q by epsilon naught. So hence E equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r square. It is only the magnitude of electric field intensity. In vector form, it can be written like this. Okay, where r cap is unit vector along OP. Okay, in diagram, unit vector is acting along OP. Okay, right. Now consider the second case, electric field at a point on the shell. Okay, suppose you draw the diagram of shell. Okay, here the radius of shell is r. Okay, now we have to consider the point on the shell. This is point P. So this is point P. Okay, means you have to consider a point P on the shell, and also you calculate the electric field at point P. Okay, so sigma is surface charge density of the shell. Q equal to sigma equal to charge per unit area of the conductor. Hence Q divided by 4 pi r square, capital R square, because capital R is the radius of the shell. Okay, now equation 3 becomes, what is equation 3? In last derivation, so this is equation 3. E equal to 4 pi epsilon naught by q by r square. Okay, q by r square is there. So at that expression you have to substitute. The expression was like this: E equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q divided by r square. It is equation 3. Equation 3. Here you have to substitute value of q and r. Okay, here q equal to what? Sigma into 4 pi r square, and small r is replaced by capital R, because you are considering point P on the shell. Okay, right. On substituting, you are getting like this. Here 4 pi getting cancelled, r square is also getting cancelled. You left with term E equal to sigma divided by epsilon naught. Okay. Now consider the last case, that is third one, electric field inside the shell. Okay, electric field inside the shell means what? You have to consider the Gaussian surface inside the shell. Okay, right. Consider a point P inside the shell at a distance small r from center O, as shown in diagram. Okay, imagine Gaussian surface with the radius r with center O passing through point P. Means at point P you have to calculate electric field due to uniformly charged shell. Okay, then pi equal to direct expression we are returning E into delta S. Okay, where delta S is what? That is area of the Gaussian surface. Okay, here is also, actually here equation 1 is written E delta S into cos theta. Okay, here cos theta is equal to 1, because angle theta is equal to 0 degree. So cos theta is equal to 1. Hence we left with E into delta S. Delta S can be written as 4 pi r square. Okay, because 4 pi r square is the area of the Gaussian surface having radius small r. Okay, right. So call it as equation 1. According to Gauss law, pi equal to q divided by epsilon naught. Here pi equal to 0. Why? Because charge inside the spherical shell is 0. Okay, because when the shell is charged, then charges are residing at only outer surface of the shell like this. Okay, inside the shell there is no accumulation of charges, hence q equal to 0. Q equal to 0 means pi equal to 0. Okay, equation 2. From equation 1 and 2, E into 4 pi r square equal to 0, hence E equal to 0. Okay, electric field due to uniformly charged spherical shell is 0 at all points inside the shell. Okay, you may conclude. So inside the charged conductor, electric field is 0. Okay. Thank you. So this completes the first chapter, electric charges and fields. In next class, we start with the second chapter, electrostatic potential and capacitors.